This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxSpeedTV.
Two wheels in the open road. Got the throttle wide open.
Welcome to Eldora Speedway. One time a year, they race on the dirt, and that is this night. Whether reality or virtual, we are set to go. This is round number 6 on the clay at Virtual Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio, off of Route 18 for the Josh White Racing Esports Truck Series, live on MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network for audio cast coverage. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wesley Outland as we continue to pray for our country. We hope you enjoy this 2.5-hour diversion of virtual excitement with trucks. And I'll tell you what, Robert McFarland joining me in the booth for the first time ever. Robert, dirt racing, one time for this truck series. It's Eldora. It's tonight, baby.
I tell you what, this is going to be incredible, Wesley. The fans do not have any idea what kind of treat they're in for. This track is unbelievable. Tony Stewart bought it a few years back, and NASCAR finally put it in the NASCAR schedule in real life. And we're in virtual world here. We have got real drivers, and they're going to get paid real money on this virtual track tonight. I am excited to help you tonight call this race.
And for many times, I've had the privilege to announce at the Eldora Speedway for many big races. I've been a part of the Dirt Late Model Dream and the World 100 and the Kings Royal. And the same can be said also about, announcing big shows and going to Eldora Speedway and seeing all the cool things that happen at this place. And this will be a special time. Qualifying is about to begin. Here in just a few moments, qualifying is set to begin for the drivers of the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. They will get ready to go for their qualifying. It should be a good one. As qualifying, I understand, has concluded. My apologies. I guess qualifying has already. I'm actually seeing Richard Rico on the racetrack right now in the number 5.
Yes, sir. They're still in the middle of qualifying. Yeah, we got about 7 minutes left there. No big deal, Wesley. I'm right now looking at the 04, which happens to be the winner from the last race. If I'm not mistaken, I wasn't here, but I did watch the replay. I think that is Mr. Lee out on the track as we speak live. He is doing his second lap, and he's probably going to move way up on the board.
And Matthew Lee on the racetrack coming out of nowhere last weekend at Martinsville Speedway, picking up that victory on the half-mile paperclip of mayhem. The short track of short tracks, as their new nickname is, after coming off of the Cup race with, of course, Martin Truex Jr. winning on Wednesday. But Matthew Lee, Robert, came out of nowhere at Martinsville last weekend in the JW Esports Truck Series and wins. And now a totally different world. Still a half-mile track, but a totally different track from Martinsville here tonight at Eldora on the clay.
Yes, sir. This track is probably different for some of these drivers. On the other hand, Wesley, this track, a lot of these drivers have perfected in the virtual world here in the Truck Series. We definitely want to give a big thanks out to Josh White Racing, E-Racing Series here in the Truck Series. Also, Michael D'Amico with MaxSpeedTV. But it looks like the best effort Matthew Lee could put up is only second right now in qualifying. Right behind, I think it's the 2-time winner of Nicholas Sacco in the number 29. Is that correct, Wesley?
Nicholas Sacco right now at top of the board. That's exactly right.
Looks like most of these drivers have taken their 2 laps of qualifying. I think maybe a couple more drivers might be waiting.
Yeah, it looks like their qualifying session has quick ended. Our producer is telling us in our ear. By the way, shout out to our producers, including Michael D'Amico from MaxSpeedTV. McFarland just mentioned him a moment ago. And in addition to that, we also have Trey Snide for CRN Sports Network in Henderson, North Carolina, running the boards for the audio broadcast coverage as well. So, again, qualifying is officially over. Nicholas Sacco looks like he's the quick man, 20.424. And Robert, as I say that, this man has been really, really strong on this truck series this year on Friday nights.
That is exactly what I hear, and that's exactly what I saw. And it looks like right now we have a new driver right out on the track because we have a few more minutes left to qualifying. I am looking at James Scanwolf, it looks like, in the number 83. This is live. He's taking his first lap or warm-up lap, getting up to speed. So there could be a few more drivers, Wesley, that are just waiting in this 10-minute period to get out there and try to get a lap that's going to top Nicholas Sacco and Matthew Lee. And I wish them all the luck because that's not going to be easy to do.
Truly a talented man is Nicholas Sacco. Like I said, he's definitely been the class of the field for many, many races on the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. Hey, by the way, I think I mentioned it one time. I'll mention it again on behalf of everybody, the JW Racing Esports Series, MaxSpeedTV and CRN. We welcome you to Virtual iRacing Eldora Speedway. And tonight's race is the Project K9 Hero 150. Project K9 Hero, again, jumping on board as a big sponsor for this event as well as for the series, and we appreciate them for being a part of this event. On the clay tonight at Eldora Speedway, and, you know, as we watch James Schoenwolf continue with his qualifying lap, caught up in the number 83, you look at this virtual scale a version of the track. There's the tower shot from turn 3. This track will rubber up very quickly. I'm very surprised that the track rubbered up very fast in qualifying, Robert McFarland.
Yes, this track is going to go through some serious changes. The driver's going to have one track dirt feel in their steering wheel and their gas pedal, which in this kind of race is exactly how you drive this car. I'm nowhere near very good driving on dirt, but I do know the facts. And you drive a dirt car, a dirt truck on a dirt track more with your gas pedal than with your steering wheel. And as the track changes, as the dirt gets harder, these drivers are going to be looking for any and every line advantage they can find. And Wesley, I'd almost guarantee you, most of them before halfway will be running that high line.
Nicholas Sacco still the fast qualifier as there's about 2.5 minutes on the clock remaining in qualifying here at the virtual Eldora Speedway. The question is, who will be joining us in Victory Lane when we begin our Victory Lane interviews here? It should be an exciting one, an exciting 150 laps. The only thing that I find disappointing, and I wish they would have done, Robert, I wish they would have followed the dirt format like they do every year at Eldora. I wish they would have done qualifying. I wish they would have done the heat races, break everybody down into heat races, do a consi if necessary, and have the field set for 150 laps for the race. But that's not the case tonight. They qualified. It sets up for the 150 lap feature, but nonetheless, it should be a good show here at Virtual Eldora Speedway for round number 6 of the Josh White Racing Esports Truck Series. And then you throw another loop in this 3-race equation as we go to round 7 next week. Once we finish up last week at Eldora, or last week at Martinsville, tonight Eldora, then next week, Robert, we go to Talladega. We go from a small clay half mile from the paperclip the week before to then the gargantuan 2.66 mile Talladega Super Speedway. It should be crazy, and it should be very unpredictable next Friday night.
Yes, sir, Wesley. I'll tell you one thing. These drivers are very talented, and viewers, you're in for an unbelievable show tonight here on MaxSpeedTV with JWE, Josh White, Esports Truck Series Racing, and we definitely thank Project K19 Heroes. You're going to see a commercial or two tonight, fans, and pay attention to that because that's one of the most important things in America today is that project and how these K9s help in the world and their job going. But yes, sir, Wesley, these drivers, some of them are talented at a big track like Talladega next weekend. And Wesley, some of these guys are dirt track aces. I know we've got some drivers who've made a couple of wins on pavement. And it's going to be really interesting to see. Like Ray Richer is going to be our in-race reporter. Unfortunately, I'm not as good as Ray. Beside you here, Wesley, I'm happy to be here. I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I'm going to do my best. But Ray is going to put on a show. Trust me, I have seen him race at this track on dirt in a truck with a win. And he's going to give some of these top guys a real run for their money tonight.
He was bragging to me last week on our broadcast at Martinsville that he was considering not being in the broadcast booth with me because he wanted to race in the event. And I, of course, cannot say, no, you can't do it. You got to call the race with me. But we have found a way to see eye to eye and come up with a nice negotiation, if you will. So he will race, but he will also be joining us as in-race reporter tonight as well here for the Project K9 Hero 150, and that is, of course, Ray Richer. Matter of fact, let's go snag him up real quickly and bring him into our broadcast booth as the field is beginning to grid to get ready for this race and get his thoughts on things as we'll grab Ray Richer and have him join us in the broadcast booth real quickly before we get things started and find out what his thoughts are. Of course, as you said, he's won before here at Eldora Speedway in many races, and what a field of these trucks as they're getting set to go here. But we'll grab real quickly our driver in just a second. That is our in-race reporter. He will be joining us here in just a moment. Michael, I need you to give me admin rights. I cannot bring and add people into the boxes for some reason on our broadcast. But anyhow, the field is getting set to go. And while we do that, let's give you your starting lineup for the races. They're going to take an extra lap around the racetrack because this is a half mile. The starting lineup for the Project K9 Hero 150 goes like this. Fast qualifier, Nicholas Sacco will be on pole. Derek Fulton will make up row number 1. And our starting lineup presented by the Wise Guys Painting. Matthew Lee, Martinsville winner. His Toyota will start third. And Brandon Hughes of top 3 finished last week at Martinsville in the 111. He'll start fourth. Row number 2 is Ray Richer. He is the 44, is starting 5th. And then you got Max Steck in the 105 entry. Row number 3 starting 6th. And as we look at the rest of the rundown, Robert McFarland, McKinnon, and Post. Who's the rest of the lineup from row 5 on back?
Yes, sir. We have got the 26 of Wilner. We're getting ready to go green. Castleberry, the 121. We'll let you take the lead on this green flag.
Yeah, there's the lineup with Wilner and Castleberry, and the rest of the lineup here as the green flag waves at Eldora Speedway. We are set to go for this event, the Project K9 Hero 150. Not wasting any time at the Big E. We are underway, and quickly on the jump, look at Matthew Lee to the early lead as we put lap 1 on the board at Eldora. A good strong run for Matthew Lee. Jumping out in the early lead is Sacco right there in the number 2 spot. Watching these trucks fight and claw their way through the field. Fulton coming off of some bad luck last weekend. He sits there in the number 3 position currently. I'll tell you what, Robert, watching this battle, opening laps, it looks like it's Matthew Lee all over again at the Paperclip of Martinsville. It's just on clay tonight.
Yeah, this is a little different with the dirt, and these drivers are having to learn real quick.
All right, thank you, buddy. Up straight away. Matthew Lee, Sacco, right there in the number 1 and 2 position as they go to the back straightaway. 1, 2, and 3. Hughes is right there in the back as we watch that battle in the front straightaway here on the opening go. And, you know, another thing is as we get just the green flag a couple of laps ago, another thing to think about here, to be honest with you, Mr. McFarland, if they play nice, they can tick off laps very, very quickly. You can knock off 150 laps probably in 45 minutes.
Absolutely, but we know cautions are going to happen.
So far, so good in the early going. Lap number 4 of 150 in this event. This is the opening first time ever of the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. We watch Randy Post all up in the fence off of turn number 4. bouncing shower of sparks off the clay and the wall for Randy Post in 66, and he saves it as he dirt tracks it. We normally don't say that in the pavement racing world, even in virtual reality, Robert, but he dirt tracks it around Eldora.
And you think that keeps the caution out or no caution?
Still under the green flag. And now we have a caution. Caution out over the speedway. First caution, and let's take a look at your MaxSpeedTV CRN replay to find out why we are under caution flag number 1. Looking to find it. I want to say it's something possibly to do with the 28 of Travis Manning. We'll see the replay here to find out what happened. Manning up in the fence, a couple of other trucks. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why they called the caution for, Robert.
Yeah, I'm looking at the replay, and I've got quite a few trucks that were spinning off the turn, looks like number 2. Give me a second, I'll give you the complete update.
Well, we'll see if our boosters... Oh, there they are. Woo, there's the chaos. The 13, Dodgson, the 5. Couple of others. They are right in front of the leaders, as a matter of fact. So you want to say it's back marker trucks that were going to be close to going a lap down, and quick work by Lee and Sacco to avoid that, Mr. McDonald. Yeah.
Yeah, we had quite a few trucks piling in there. It looks like we got the 07 of Ashley Dodgen at the very end piling in.
Sorry, man. I'm trying to give you the high side.
Dodson, sorry.
Ashley Dodgson, let's see one more time, the native out of Australia, also proudly sponsored by Project K9 Hero, and he had already got gold before then. A couple other trucks had already smacked into him exiting off of turn number 2, and to be honest with you, that ensued things from there. Then they got involved with Cody Bullock and so many others. That opened up the parking lot. Right there, it started with Chris Wilner in the number 26 in the middle, 3 wide. Saves it, got loose, got spun, and then collected all the other ones in the process. So a tough break for Bullock and Wilner and Dodgson, and they should all be able to continue along here. So, under caution, quickly, but now back to green flag here at the Eldora Speedway after that yellow flag, number 1. And now Sacco goes to the lead as they exit out of turn number 2. So Nicholas Sacco jumping to the top spot along with Matthew Lee. In second, up to third, Hughes. They'll exit off the corner. Sacco cross the line as they go to turn 3. Another lap on the board here.
Yeah, these drivers
good run for Sacco.
Go ahead, Wesley.
No, I said, no, go ahead, bud. I was just going to say he's got a good run going for him in the early going.
Yeah, these drivers are on this dirt. Like I said before, some of them are very familiar with asphalt, but when you get them in a truck with this much horsepower on Tony Stewart's track, Eldora, in the dirt, if they haven't done this before, they're having some serious issues.
This is a very historic night for MaxSpeedTV. In addition to broadcasting on over 8,000 subscribers on their MaxSpeedTV YouTube channel, we are also broadcasting on Facebook, multi-streaming on so many different outlets, but of course the official networks of the JW Racing Esports Series include MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network, as well as we watch Sacco make his way down the back straightaway, continuing to lead over Matthew Lee. And to be honest with you, Robert, this is the same battle we saw between these two drivers at the Paperclip Martinsville last Friday night.
And I'll tell you one thing, these guys are putting on some pretty fast laps. You can tell they have got a lot of practice in the truck, in the dirt, probably on this track, because there's a lot of drivers who you can obviously tell don't have a lot of practice, and they're getting lapped pretty quick.
Back across the line, again another lap of the board, lap 17 of 150. Joshua White size it up. Chris Wilner in the number 26 entry, the Five Guys Motor Racing Network entry, as they exit off the corner. Good hard racing as they enter off of turn 4 here at the Big E Eldora Speedway. Lap 18 of 150. Here comes Josh White, diving to the inside, Wilner up in the wall. He'll save it, goes back to the bottom. And yes, we will tell you many times we'll see these trucks bounce off the wall. We'll see if they can save it. Now we see Ray Richer. He's our in-race reporter. We haven't had a chance to talk with him tonight, but we will. But Ray Richer, he has won a time or two here at Eldora, Robert McFarland. Oh, he goes around. Oh, no. McFarland, you're on board with him. Ray Richer, our in-race reporter, going for a spin cycle, exiting off the corner. And we are under caution.
A lot of oil down on his tires. This track is already super slick, Wesley, as you know. And unfortunately, Ray may have to be able to help us out here in the booth. If he is indeed out of the race, he may have one quick repair. We'll see.
We'll check it out real quickly. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring in our in-race reporter for the first time tonight. Normally we do it during driver intros, but because we are under the caution, we will go ahead and bring him in right now. And that's our in-race reporter of the evening, Ray Richer. Oh, my goodness, Ray, I was talking about you and you went in the spin cycle. What happened?
Yeah, now wouldn't be the really big time to talk to me. I went down to turn one on that restart there about 2 laps into it, and it was just like a 6 or 8 car pileup with no caution, and just kept right on going, and without warning, the thing just grenaded just now.
So are you out of the race? Are you going to join us in the booth, or can you get engine repair and fix it?
Well, I put my quick repair on after I towed, so I'm thinking that it may be done, but we'll find out here in 50 more seconds when it shows me getting towed in, and I don't think I'd be very good at it announcing right at the moment in time.
I got you. Okay. Well, Ray Richer, we'll definitely see what goes on here right now. A tough break for our in-race reporter of Ray Richer, and again, we'll let him come back and cool off and assess things. But I'll tell you what, oh man, you know, Robert, that's a tough break there for our that's a tough break for Ray.
Yeah, it's very tough. It's unfortunate. Ray is a great driver, and he had a real shot at winning this race.
Well, I'll tell you something else, too. He had a lot of high hopes to come here and do well with this event, too, with this race, and make something happen. And you heard his displeasure. He said point blank, man, they're crashing in front of me. I had nowhere to go. And you see the end result there for the driver of the number 44.
Yes, I'm extending
as we are
it.
under the yellow flag. And I will let everybody know, there might be a couple of times I try to throw it to Robert. And in addition to Robert calling the race as a color analyst, he is also race director for this event. So, Robert, you're doing double duty tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get these guys lined up correctly, so I'll let you take it for now. And when we do go green, Wesley, I'll let you take it.
There we go. So, for basically in layman's terms, I'm pretty much by myself until McFarland gets the field back resetted, as that's what they're trying to do right now. Josh White spinning in front of Sacco. What are you doing? They went back to green and they crashed on the restart. Josh White came out of nowhere and got into the leader, Nicholas Sacco. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Josh White was trying to run quickly to get as the free pass or what in the world happened, but Josh White and Manning, not Sacco, my apologies, it's actually Manning in the 28 truck. No, that is Sacco. Sacco in the 29. And Josh White I don't think it was intentional. He just literally came down and hit the leader. Very unforeseen circumstances here. I don't know what in the world happened. Josh White and Sacco. Let's look at the replay. We're still under caution here. Wow. It looks like White is speeding. Maybe is he trying to come to the... Maybe, I don't know. Look, maybe he tried to turn down Robert to come to pit road and he didn't realize the field was down there in front of him and he collected Sacco. That's a tough break for Nicholas Sacco, too. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow. What's your take of what happened, bud?
Yes, sir. Who needs it?
Travis Manning in the 28. What a tough break. The 21 then got into him from there. And we go under caution. That's Brandon Bullock, the Love's Truck Center code number 21 that we were referring to. And we are back under caution here. Wow. Project K9 Hero, big sponsor of this race at Eldora here at the 150. We'll step away and thank our sponsor. We'll be back with more coverage of the Project K9 Hero 150 on MaxSpeedTV and on the CRN Sports Network.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxSpeedTV.
Not going.
Back here at Eldora Speedway, caution is still under after an incident involving Josh White, Bullock, and Nicholas Sacco in the 29, but field has been reassembled. Again, thank you for joining us for the Project K9 Hero 150. Robert McFarland, color and race director. I'm Wesley Outland. Michael D'Amico on the broadcast side of MaxSpeedTV, and Trey Sneid for the broadcast coverage on the CRN Sports Network. Eldora Speedway, and again, now Matthew Lee will cycle to the number 1 position, as we are still under the yellow flag, working on cleanup and resorting the order after that accident involving a very abnormal accident. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. The next caution or so, I'll try to grab Sacco or Josh White and try to get their thoughts on the deal, as we do have a free pass going on here. Matter of fact, let's try to grab Nicholas Sacco real quickly in our broadcast booth. Nicholas Sacco, it's Broadcast Communications. You got us. What happened on that restart, bud? What was your take of it? Nick Sacco, you got a copy? Okay, maybe he don't feel like talking, I guess. I don't know. All right. With that being said, we did try to grab him in the booth, but if they don't feel like talking, we can't force it.
Green flag's out.
Matthew Lee, ready to bring him back to green here at Eldora. The K9 Project Hero 150. They work their way off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. Flying around the corners. Matthew Lee out in front. There's Brady LaBeouf. Brandon Hughes cut off the top 3 finish at Martinsville last weekend. They worked their way down into turn number 2. Lap 35 of 150. And Robert, I'll bring you back into the broadcast, bud, as you're also doing race directing. This race flying by pretty quickly. Hard to believe we're almost on lap 50 of this deal.
That is true. And it took a while to get all those trucks lined up. Excuse me again, Wesley. But it looks like Matthew Lee, who has won his first race last week that I did watch, he's come out here on the dirt, and he's proven he is no joke. He's not an asphalt one-time winner. He is dominating as we speak right now. Wouldn't you agree?
A very impressive run for the driver, the number 04 of Matthew Lee, again, the Munster Energy entry. There's Nicholas Sacco. You're riding on board with him real quickly, right down the 8th position after his problems on the incident with Josh White. We tried to grab Sacco for an interview to find out his thoughts on what happened, and he did not respond. So can't force anybody to speak if they want to. But if we grab the next caution, we'll try to get a hold of Josh White. But again, a very unforeseen moment we just saw. Nonetheless, we still stay green flag. We're lap number 38 of 150, about to be 1/3 of the way through here in the Project K9 Hero 150. Sacco on board with him right now in the 8th position. McKinnon right there alongside. Dodson is behind him as they come across the start-finish line. And again, Matt Lee, the man everybody's running down here as we are looking good right now. Got a nice green flag run, Robert, under the belt here at the Big E.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would not be surprised. Nicholas Sacco is probably a little steamy under his helmet after what just happened. Again, this short track on dirt at Eldora is a very, very fast action track. You can be leading 1 minute, you can have a come into the green and a wave around, and you get damage. Things happen like that. That's not unexpected, and I'm not surprised that he could be upset, but I guarantee you, when he wins this race, if he does, he'll be right up in here for the interview.
Ready to see them as they exit off the corner. Another lap on the board here. There's Max Steck in the 105. 105 Max Steck here on the number 2 position as Brandon Hughes finally gets around him for that spot in the top 3. And again, Brandon Hughes coming off of a top 3 podium run in his debut last Friday night, JW Racing Esports Truck Series at Eldora Speedway.
And yeah, he looks actually clean. His truck looks very clean. A tiny bit of damage on the right rear, probably from touching the wall a couple of times. But let's be honest here, Wesley. To win this race, you're going to have to touch that wall a few times.
Without a doubt. The truck has got to definitely bounce off the wall. You got to find a way to make the wall be your friend. You can't abuse the truck here at Eldora. I've seen, for instance, last week in the Dirt Late Model Stream, a prime example, Robert McFarland, we saw cars like Brandon Shepard and Davenport and big Dirt Late Model stars bouncing off the wall. 5 cars just crunkled up sheet metal. Bobby Pierce's car completely destroyed. Just like Ray Richard back on the racetrack, but he bounced it off the wall again. You got to find a way to let that wall be your friend. You got to make that back end bounce off the concrete to allow you to get speed coming off the corners here at the clay at Eldora to advance your position and have a good way. Kind of like what we saw Hurley and Richard just do. You see how Richard did that? He bounced off the wall. He let that, obviously in the first corner it wasn't good, but when he bounced off the wall in 3, he was able to quickly negotiate and get around Hurley, and now he'll set his sights on Chris Wilner in the 26 entry as they'll make their way exiting off of turn number 4.
Yes, it's very interesting to watch Ray Richard on the number 44. His attack, his design to get in the corner, looks like right now he's running a low line, and that may or may not work. I think he's actually trying a new groove here because he's been running high for a long time, and he's going back up to the high side as we speak.
And another thing, as we discussed, is these trucks are bouncing off the walls, and you see the sparks and trying to figure out how to negotiate around Eldora Speedway. You gotta. Oh, we got one spinning. I think he kept going. I don't think we have caution. We had one spinning across the racetrack, though. He saves it. No yellow. We're still under green flag.
Caution is out now.
And now they're calling for caution. Okay. And here is your replay. I saw just the back end of it where things were starting to come unglued. I want to say it was a yellow truck, and it might be my buddy Brandon Bullock. I think it is. Well, it's Brandon Bullock with him. Brandon Bullock in that 21 Love Speedco truck got into the 04 of the leader, Matthew Lee. And that's a real disappointment, Robert, because that's a lap truck getting into the leader of the race. Wow. Tough break there for the driver in the 21 truck, and Matthew Lee right there with the lap truck of the 21. And again, they got together. The leader of the race got into the 21 truck of Bullock. And we're going to see the replay here of what happened. We're right on board with Matthew Lee. I wonder if we could see a better camera angle than that. Looks like Matthew Lee might have been coming to pit road, possibly. No, the truck just came out from under him. The leader, Matthew Lee, spins it on his own, and then the 21 truck got into him of Bullock. So that's what it looks like. That's the exchange here, and that's why we are under the caution flag yet again. Other truck went around was the 81 truck, and that is Lathan Chambers. Wilner bouncing off the wall.
One to go.
And there's Wilner, and then there's Wilner and Chambers at their contact. There you see Chambers going around, Lathan Chambers. So I don't know if you call that a secondary caution or who you call the caution on, but hey, Robert, you're the race director, you're the color analyst. Who'd you call the caution on?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the question there, Leslie?
I was wondering who you called the caution on.
Yeah, there was that spin. And also, Lee blew his motor, which might have put oil down on the track that caused the spin behind him.
Oh my goodness, what a tough break for Matthew Lee. Leading the race. Leading the race and blows a motor, and that's why he spun out. And that is why we're under caution.
Green flag.
That's right. We'll try to find our best to find out what's going on here. I want to talk with Josh White real quickly as we're still under the yellow flag. Josh White, Broadcast Communications. We're still talking about what happened with you and your truck. Was you trying to come to the pits? Was you getting a free pass and you hit the leader? What happened, bud?
Just all kinds of weird stuff. Like pit road is extremely hard to get into here. Like this is really the first time I've tried to get into pit road here. It's just tough. You miss it real quick. And last time I went into pit road, I rear-ended somebody because they made the same mistake I did. They missed it and actually hit the barriers. Right.
Well, listen, we'll let you get back again. I know we're back to green flag conditions. Under 100 laps to go. That's Josh White of course, Team JWR. We'll put him back in his box and continue as we go back into green flag conditions. Under 100 laps to go here tonight in the Project K9 Hero 150, and there's Ashley Dodson. You're riding on board with him now. Sean Wolf is in that mix, so is Fulton in 19. That battle on the back straightaway for Seth Hughes. Now to the top spot, coming off of a third-place finish in that black and green. Last week it was black and red. Black and green 111 entry. He finished third in Martinsville, and now he leads here.
How many wins does he have on the season already?
None.
Wow, he could be another
no wins
new
for Hughes.
first winner.
That's right. The only drivers that have been the class of the field was, if you want to be honest, we had Eric Brantley win the All-Star race at Charlotte, where things got kicked off for this series, but it was a non-points event. Then we've had 4 points races, flip-flop between Derek Fulton and Nicholas Sacco with 2 each. And then we had last week Matthew Lee win at Martinsville, and then tonight we'll see what happens here at Eldora. So that right there, that's how it stands.
Yes, sir.
Keep up with all that in your head. I'm a stat guy.
I am too. I am just now learning. I appreciate the opportunity. If you notice the top 3-4 trucks, that are leading this race, Wesley, almost all of them are using that extremely high line, and almost all of them have a little bit of right rear damage because you got to run up against the wall to win this race.
Watching the number of 111 high above, as we're 62 now of 150 laps of the Project K9 Hero 150. And there's James Schoenwolf. He's in fourth. Good run for Schoenwolf right now. Derek Fulton also staying out of trouble. He's right in front of Ashley Dodson, another lap truck in the way, as they make their way off the corner.
Yes, James Schoenwolf is doing a great job here in fourth. Look,
Whoa,
got a spin in front of him.
Spin, Zimmerman. Dodson got into Zimmerman. Zimmerman goes in the spin cycle. Still no caution. We will stay under green flag.
Yeah, Zimmerman did a great job of turning that truck around in the 94, and he kept it running. Great job by Eric Zimmerman.
What a nice save there. for Zimmerman, going in the spin cycle after contact. As we see McKinnon now and Castleberry on the racetrack.
We got another spinner back here in the back.
Whoa, look out! Red and white truck, a yellow truck on the front straightaway. You got two trucks spun on the front straightaway, and they have not called caution yet. Now they got no choice but to call yellow. And the yellow flag will fly for the 5th time here in the Project K9 Hero 150. Just shy of halfway. Here's your Max Speed CRN replay of what happened here. Keep your eye on the number 4 truck of Denver Trinson. Denver Trinson in the number 4.
Yeah, it started with...
And there's contact there. You already had trucks spun. And we had like a 3-truck melee on the front straightaway, Mr. McFarland. We're on the yellow again. That's Fulton. Derek Fulton. We were just talking about the good job he's doing staying out of trouble, and then he gets caught up in a wreck. What a tough break there for Derek Fulton. Matthew Lee struggling now. He's all the way back in 13th. Well, cautions breed cautions. Lap 67 of 150. Another multi-truck wreck on the front straightaway. And again, Fulton with serious problems. So many others. Red and white truck there as well involved. And we're back under caution here at Eldora. Back with more on MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network as we close in on halfway in the Project K9 Hero 150.
Tell me something good today. We're going to catch up with Miller Browning. You were at your relatives, and they were doing farming. And tell us what happened, how this all started.
I got back from Virginia, and we were in the farm. We have a family farm and everything, and I wanted to create a t-shirt to honor my great-grandfather and my uncle. And I put Do Work That Matters on it, and I put a tractor because I was like, hey, they're really doing something that matters. And I thought about other relatives in my family in the military or doing other things, and I wanted to branch out, so I made more t-shirts.
And how do people receive you when, say, you go to the fire station and you have food and t-shirts? What do they say to you?
They're ecstatic. They're so happy that someone is out there doing something like this because they don't get a whole lot of love and support, and that's what we're really doing because they're the true heroes in this world. You know, everyone's going for the big TV stars and stuff, and I think really the real heroes are the people every day that are putting their lives on the line, and they need to be recognized. It's not just a t-shirt, it's a meaning for people, because if you have someone in the military or police, farming, and there's so many more that people have an emotional attachment to the shirt.
Green flag.
Green flag conditions here at Eldora Speedway. Right on the restart, we come back on the air here, and the race is back underway. As the race back underway on the restart, we're watching this battle again between Hughes and Schoenwolf, and they're flip-flopping for position for 1-2. Sacco has found his way after his mishaps to get back into the top 3. He is currently there, and I think I mentioned Dodgson being a truck that was lapped down or whatnot. He's actually right there in the top 5 of things. A good run for him in the 07 from Australia. Actually, Dodgson, he's looking really, really good. Is back under green flag, closing in on halfway. Dodgson loose. I'm just going to quit talking about driver Brandon, because every time I say something good about one of these guys, they crash.
Yeah, hopefully he got it turned around. He can get back going in the straight direction. These drivers have got to learn how to manage this track, manage their truck, and manage the dirt. Like I said earlier when we first started, the dirt is going to change. And these drivers, some have a lot of experience here, Wesley. Some do not have any experience. Trust me, I have no experience. One race maybe. And it is no easy feat to get a hold of this.
Halfway here, coming up in the Project K9 Hero 150, and the first 75 laps have certainly been very, very interesting as we're riding on board with Fulton again. Now we go back to the pan away blimp shot of Matthew Lee, McKinnon, all starting to fight their way back to the field. Yes, Matthew Lee, after having a engine blow and spinning out about 30 laps ago, has now found his way back inside the top 10, trying to get around Lee and Dodgson now. McKinnon is next. He's picking them off, and Matthew Lee has moved up McFarland to the 7th position as he exits off turn 3 here at Eldora.
I tell you what, Wesley, Matthew Lee is very impressive. He's taken an incredible strategy to move back up to the field. When he has people on his outside, Wesley, he's taking the low line. When he has a clearance, he goes right back up to the high line, but he is making passes, making moves, and it would not surprise me if he didn't win this race.
Doing really good. There's the battle for Ray Richer, our in-race reporter. He's still on the racetrack right now in 19th position for Ray Richer. He's 4 laps down. A tough break for Ray because he had high hopes that he was going to be somebody to possibly pull off a win here because he's won at Eldora before, but so much competition, and I think he just spun out again.
Yeah, he got a little contact. He saved it. And I think he's having issues with his windshield tear-off. Obviously, this track, as you know, Wesley, throws up a lot of dirt. These guys have got 2 different tear-offs. They've got the one on the windshield. They've got probably 4 or 5 or 6 on their helmet that they pull off themselves. And Ray probably needs to do that.
And possibly some netcode issues, I've also been told as well, on the number 44 there of Richer. There's Brandon Hughes. He is the man currently out in front now, James Schoenwolf. Hughes has fell back to 2nd as James Schoenwolf is the new driver out in front in truck number 83. As we are in the 2nd half of the Project K9 Hero 150 here tonight from the Eldora Speedway on the MaxSpeedTV network, as well as on CRN Sports Network for radio audio coverage. And a little more contact being made by a couple of more trucks, but they hold it together and play nice, and we will still stay green. And typical Eldora, first half of the race. Brandon McFarland, what do you think we're going to see in the second?
I think we're going to see a little bit of less cautions. These drivers are learning how to drive these trucks. Obviously, the ones that have a lot of experience are doing a great job. I just noticed that the leader actually had contact with Josh Williams, and Josh was able to, Josh White, my bad. Sorry, Josh. He was able to save that truck in the number 8, and he's still running that right now in the number 6.
And how about Nicholas Sacco, who had problems earlier in this race, came back after that contact with Josh White as a lap truck when he was trying to come and enter the pits, as they were all talking about this pit entrance is very, very tricky, very, very hard. He has rallied and came back to the number 3 position. He is in 3rd right now. The driver, of course, Bushkill, Pennsylvania, Nicholas Sacco, right there. The man in the points. Battling alongside was Fulton, and of course, looking at this battle, watching it, second half of the race, look out. Sacco is back, and so is Matthew Lee. They're coming to the front.
Yeah, this race, Wesley, has taken a lot of different turns, as we've all noticed. Most of these trucks up front do have some damage, but some of the great drivers, like you just said, have had some issues, had to go into pit road, have some work done on the truck, and they were back on the track, and they were making their way back to the front, just like probably you expected.
Battle for the top 10 now. Max Steck and Steve Affont battling for position. That's 10th, the 105. Affont in the 11 for 10th and 11th position as they go off the corner here at Eldora.
Yeah, we got action all over the track here.
And we got this long green flag run also. It's been about 20 so laps or more since we've had a caution, and they're knocking these laps off quickly. Fairly surprised. We've only been on the air for like probably almost an hour in our broadcast coverage, if that, maybe 45 minutes of race time. and they're knocking off these laps very quickly. And like I said when we came on the air, I know we've had a couple of caution flags, Robert McFarland, but they could knock off. If it went caution free, you could run 150 laps on a half mile in less than 45 minutes.
That is true. Absolutely.
So the racing continues on. Working now lap number 88 of 150. The second half of the race on the way. Look out, Zimmerman goes around. Zimmerman after contact with Denver Trenchen in 4. Spinning sideways, in the wrong direction in front of the pack. There's still no caution. Still no caution. Now they throw yellow. Zimmerman spinning the 94 after contact with Denver Trenchen in the 4. And that was just, I don't want to say it's intentional, but he blatantly got into the 94 and spun him around. And there was already some other trucks that looked like they were going around in the process as well. Caution is out again.
Yes, we're going to be looking at this replay, and we'll determine if there's fault to be blamed and penalties be issued.
Remember that Robert McFarland, in addition to being our analyst on the broadcast, is also the race director. So if there's any man that we have the opportunity to speak to quickly on these decisions, it would be him. Let's see what happened. We're riding on board from the blimp view of Zimmerman. Zimmerman, I don't know if that was intentional. It just looked like that he got wiggly in front of Denver Trenchen, and the 4 truck really had nowhere to go and got into him.
What'd you say, 01?
We'll see again. Eric Zimmerman, tough break going around. Tried to correct it, but then fishtailed and lost it. Just a simple racing incident, I would believe, Robert McFarland. I don't think you could put any blame on anybody but Zimmerman in 94.
Yeah, I'm looking at the replay here, and it looked like the 94 just got loose trying to correct it and got up into the 4.
Well, as we have a caution of the race, let's go quickly to our in-race broadcasting. Grabs James Schoenwolf. James leading in the number 83. James got a really quick truck, man, but it's been a crazy first half at Eldora. How are you going to hold it off for the win tonight?
Just pin it, man. Hopefully we can come through on top.
A real strong run. Haven't seen you the last couple of weeks, man. Do you really like racing here on the clay at Eldora? What do you think of this place tonight?
I love this place, man. I've been looking forward to this race for a couple weeks now. But yeah, I've been kind of MIA. I just had a son. My son was born this week, so just became a daddy, and nothing better than winning this race. Other than that,
congratulations, bud, man. Your life completely changes when you become a father to a son and to children. So, getting ready for the restart. We'll let you go back to work. Thanks, bud. That is the leader, James Schoenwolf, in truck number 83. And how about that? Proud father. Just announced this just a couple of days ago. Schoenwolf there in the number 83. So, special times. I know it's a virtual race, Robert, but that would be special for him. He loves Eldora. It'd be a nice way to cap off the week with a lot of good things and positive mojo vibes in his world right now.
Yeah, that is a great news, and we're going to take this restart. I'll let you take it.
Green flag going back in the air. Hey, let's pause our voices. Let's feel the thunder. Virtual clay at Eldora, baby. The JW Racing Esports Truck Series. Oh, the sweet, sweet sounds of those trucks in virtual style. Reality settling in all across the country with tracks reopening, trying to get back to some type of normalcy. We still continue to pray for our country with all of the injustice and civil unrest and racism and divide and all the craziness that we're dealing with. And again, as we approach the 9 o'clock Eastern hour, we hope you are enjoying this diversion with the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. And again, God bless you all, and please keep on praying for America. Working lap 100, this time by on the board. 50 laps to go here at Eldora Speedway. Matthew Lee, Robert McFarland has rallied from a blown engine on a repair to come back to the top 3 podium, and he's running down Hughes for the 2nd spot.
I tell you what, this talent, from what I saw last week, Wesley, he came out of nowhere. I understand he was in the ARCA series and got promoted, moved up for last week's race and won it. And here he is tonight, making a great big move here. And I tell you what, I think Matthew Lee's got something to show everybody.
Hey, and Robert, let's not get anything away from the 111. Oh, Lee go! Hold on, Lee. Woo! Bouncing off the wall, getting a little bit sideways there. He saved it. That's one of the things we talked about, is you got to let the wall be your friend here at Eldora, and he did just that. But I was going to say, don't count out Hughes, Brandon Hughes, my buddy in the 111 truck. He's coming off of also a great run at Eldora Speedway from Martinsville last weekend, finishing 3rd. And he's another one of those drivers in the 111 and the 83 that come from the ARCA Thursday Night iRacing Development Series. It just shows you that this new Thursday night program builds champions, and Zimmerman had a lot to do with creating that, or the McKinnons did. With the blessing of course, also Josh White. So there is the leader. It's James Schoenwolf, Brandon Hughes. There's the leader. There he is. There's your leader. Out in front, the number 83. Brandon Hughes is in 2nd in that 111. Then you've got Matthew Lee in 3rd. That's the way it stands right now. And I'll be honest with you, Robert, this race has fairly gone by fast. I'm impressed. They've been picking up and putting down these laps quickly around Eldora tonight.
I agree with you there, Wesley. And this is a track, it's extremely hard if you don't have much practice. But once you get in the race mode and you're on the track, you learn real quick. If you've been doing this for any time at all, and a lot of these guys have, they may not be familiar with dirt at Eldora in a truck, but thanks to Josh White Esports Truck Series, he's putting on a great race, and these guys are learning really fast. And to be honest, relatively speaking, this is a pretty good race.
It has been a very exciting race so far, I believe, for the first 2/3 of the event as we close in on the final 50 laps of this race in the Project K9 Hero 150. Brandon McFarland, Wesley Outland, Michael D'Amico from MaxSpeedTV on production, and so is Trace Knight on the CRN Sports Network. Is again round number 6. I'm sorry, we're on lap number 110 of this event at Eldora Speedway, and again a battle there. We've seen any and everything. We've seen engines blowed. We've seen drivers have problems, come back, rally, make their way through the field again. There's Michael McKinnon. We've kind of mentioned him a time or two. He got involved in an earlier caution, but he's kind of at the bottom of the racetrack right now, but he's got a problem. There is smoke bellowing heavy from the number 13 virtual entry of Michael McKinnon, and he has an issue fading back right now in 14th position, but he's got a problem there, Robert.
I tell you what, that is absolutely correct. And if you look right now, we have a battle coming up here for the lead. We have Brandon Hughes making serious inroads here on the leader. They're both.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah, they're both making inroads and running the high line. And the 111 of Brandon Hughes is almost on the bumper of the 83.
And in doing so, they're also allowing Matthew Lee to close in on Hughes for 2nd. And again, Schoenwolf is under attack to lose the lead. And he's also trying to negotiate by lap traffic. This is the battle for the lead here through lap traffic as they negotiate into turn number 1 by the 81 truck, put him another lap down. Contact, oh my goodness! Hughes about bounces off the wall because of the lap truck in the way. What a save for Brandon Hughes, but he lost all the interval ground that he had on the leader. Schoenwolf off of turn number 4 there, Robert.
I'll tell you what, that was incredible driving. Obviously, on this kind of short track in the dirt at Eldora in a truck, you're going to have contact. You're going to pass people, and you're definitely going to have contact, and this is a great race.
Another lap on the board here, working 113 of 150 in the Project K9 Hero 150 at Eldora Speedway. Round number 6 here tonight. Virtual Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio. Next Friday night, we're at Talladega. Wow. And I find it only fitting and ironic that the weekend that the Cup Series is at Talladega. Next weekend for the Geico 500, you have got Friday night the Truck Series for JW Racing Esports from Talladega. It'll be live on MaxSpeedTV and also on the CRN Sports Network. We're coming up on station identification at the top of the hour. This is CRN Sports Network. We'll be back here in just a moment. Stand by.
Looking to do something fun, different, and exciting with a family? Experience Friday Night Stock Car Racing, located in South Raleigh at the Wake County Speedway. Wake County Speedway is a quarter-mile banked asphalt facility, providing lots of close racing action. For more information, including the schedule, please visit WCSpeedway.com. Wake County Speedway, America's favorite bull ring.
Leith Cars, the local name you've trusted for over 50 years, introduces Leith Direct, the safe, easy way to buy a car online. Just pick your favorite, no-hassle priced used car. Yes, all cars are market priced, so no back and forth. And click to buy. We'll even bring it to you. And if you change your mind in 3 days, just bring it back. Your next car in a click with Leith Direct online buying. From the name you can trust, LeithCars.com. It's easier here.
Ready for the final home stretch of this event here at Eldora Speedway. It's on MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network. McFarland here with you along with Outland, and you got D'Amico and Snide on the last names of all those great people on the production side of things here for the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. Josh White, the founder of this program. It's the Project K9 Hero 150 from Eldora Speedway, and James Schoenwolf has been the class of the field, jumping out to the lead here in the last 50 laps of the race or so. Just had a new baby born with his beautiful wife in the Schoenwolf family. And also, in addition to that, he is also enjoying Eldora. He's looking forward to this race. So after many weeks of being MIA, missing in action, he has flocked to the Big E, the half-mile clay, virtual style, and Robert McFarland. It is his race to lose as nobody is inside of the leader here with the closing laps remaining.
I tell you what, this is going to be very exciting as this thing winds down, which it will wind down very fast here, Wesley. And it's exciting. And I tell you what, fans, watching this race, we give big thanks out to MaxSpeedTV and Michael D'Amico, JDB, Josh White, Esports Truck Series, and also the Project K9 Hero to sponsor the race. People watching this race, listening, the gentlemen and the canine animals that work together is an amazing thing. I hope you've seen the commercials. I hope you've seen how much they make a great impact in America today. And we're all about America. And like Wesley said, we're hoping everybody's continuing to pray for our country. But these animals and their handlers are just incredible, and we're happy to have them as a sponsor.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you again for them jumping on board, and they have been so very influential and very supportive, very fast in passing social media, sharing posts and tweets, staying in contact with all of our series programming, and we thank them so much for that. And also, history tonight. Not only are we on MaxSpeedTV's YouTube channel, which, by the way, I know Michael D'Amico and Rudy Cummings would be exciting for me to say that they have surpassed over 8,000 subscribers. And they thank you for that as we go under 25 laps to go here in the Project K9 Hero 150. Over 8,000 subscribers at MaxSpeedTV. If you are tuning into the broadcast and you are not a subscriber, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And while you're doing the same thing, click on MaxSpeedTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram. Click a like, click a follow. CRN Sports, and of course also JW Racing, Josh White Racing Esports Series on Twitter. Also now he has a brand new Twitter handle. I'll go ahead and throw that out there real quickly to you so you can get that. That's at JWR Esports. Now, he has just created that Twitter handle today, at JWR Esports, at CRN Stuff, and follow all of the social media. But again, thank you for all of those folks as we're under 20 laps to go. 20 remaining here at Eldora. This race has been phenomenal. It has been very successful, I believe. About 6 caution flags so far. We are really coming off of a very lengthy green flag run. And again, you know, Robert, it is all Sean Wolf's race to lose. He's the man that everybody's gunning for. That they got enough time to get him, though.
I tell you what, yeah, I'm sorry, Wesley. Thanks for that sponsorship plug. Michael D'Amico with 8,000 views. I've known him for 5 years. You don't get 8,000 views and subscribers if you're not the best in the business. Real quick, Michael D'Amico is the best in the business. I've known him for 5 years. And this 04 of Matthew Lee, like you said earlier, Wesley, he has come back and he is tracking down the leader. He's been in the wall a few times. That has allowed the third place running vehicle of Brandon Hughes to catch him. But it's not over till it's over. And we got about 15 laps to go.
15 laps to go here. Now make it 10 laps to go. Man, this has been an interesting race. Matthew Lee right now in second. And even if he's able to come back and rally and finish just in second, what a comeback for him after he blew an engine, raced his way on the reset back through the field, trying everything he can to close in on the leader, Sean Wolf. The interval's almost 1.5 seconds. I just don't know if he can catch him in time. That's the problem.
Yeah, I tell you what, the leader is putting down some incredible laps. It's amazing to see that James in the number 83, and it looks like we're going to caution.
I think a caution's going to get called here. Yellow flag is out. Under 20 laps to go. And this changes everything. Max Speed, CRN replay. And let's see what happened. I think it happened right in front of the leaders to boot. With 12 laps to go, another caution is called. We're looking all over the racetrack. Oh, there you go, guys. It was the red and white truck that was spun at the racetrack, bottom of the racetrack. Red and white truck. If you go back and rewind a little bit, D'Amico, there's a red and white truck that was spun at the bottom of the racetrack. And keep on going. Down the back straightaway. Right. Keep on going. Well, Robert's our race director. Robert, what'd you call caution for, buddy?
Yes, sir. 11. The 11 truck of
Steve Affont
came off the wall, came down into a slow car, which would be the number 70.
There he is right there. There's that red and white truck that I was referring to. And that's the caution for Steve Affont. I think D'Amico's found it now. So let's take a look at the replay. I remember saying it was a red and white truck, so we were in unison together on that, McFarland. So thank you, bud. Affont in the red and white truck, and there he is. And we'll see what happened to him, and that's what calls the caution here with under 15 laps to go, 12 laps to go when the caution was called. Bounces off the wall, goes around, spins, and that is the cause of the caution for Steve Affont. So, again, we go under yellow. Apologies on our producer. I guess he can't find it. No problem. No harm, no foul. But, Robert, you are the color analyst / race director, so you knew what you were calling.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah, okay. He is, again, doing double duty. So Steve Affont is now getting the free pass. Boy, this is definitely going to shake things up for the restart, that's for sure. The Project K9 Hero 150 now under 10 laps to go. And this should make things interesting for sure. Live coverage of the JW Racing Esports Truck Series presented by MaxSpeedTV and CRN Sports Network. This is the Project K9 Hero 150 along with Robert McFarland. I am Wesley Outland, Michael D'Amico, and Trey Snyder, the broadcast production for MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network. Next Friday night, it is round number 7 at Talladega. Oh, it's going to be chaotic and crazy. Talladega Super Speedway. It should be an exciting race. Next Friday, it will also be on MaxSpeedTV, YouTube, and Facebook. We're also on Facebook for the first time ever. Thank you for all of those.
Green flag.
Back for the restart. Final restart of the race possibly with Sean Wolf. Clean air for an opportunity for Lee. And we also got this new truck, 66 in third, to possibly pull a charge of Randy. Randy had problems in the early going of this race, and now he's back out in the podium top 3. And coming to the line this time by 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go, Robert. What a strong run. It's Sean Wolf's race to lose here at Eldora. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I tell you one thing. He has not given away this lead. And if he races these last couple of laps clean, I'm not sure that the 04 Matthew Lee can catch him. He might do a dive bomb on the last lap, but this is going to be good, Wesley.
We'll see. Here he comes. He's trying to close in on him. Sean Wolf and Lee. Could Lee go for 2 in a row and join 2-time winners on the series with Sacco and Fulton? After winning it at Martinsville last weekend, he's in second at Eldora. Through lap traffic to the line. This time by 3 laps to go. Off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Sean Wolf and Lee once again fast through the field, getting through lap traffic. Sean Wolf bounces off the wall again. Here comes an opportunity for Lee. Mistakes like that might help him. They come to the line. Still got time. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go here at Eldora. He has pounced on it. He is on it. He is standing on it to the back straightaway. Sean Wolf to the top of the racetrack. Into turn number 3. Lee's in the wall. Sean Wolf in the wall. He's got 1 run on them at the bottom. He can't get him in time. It is James Sean Wolf. New Pappy wins here at Eldora in the Project K9 Hero 150. What a wild finish to the checkered flag here tonight at Eldora, and what a great battle there between Sean Wolf and Lee at the end. Also, we got to mention Ashley Dodson and Randy Post battling for second and third. Holy smokes, what a race at Eldora tonight, Robert.
That was thrilling, I tell you what. I appreciate the opportunity to call this race with you. And this is incredible. This has been a great race. And I'm looking forward to getting the interviews with these drivers to actually hear what they were saying and what they were thinking and how he held that off for the win. That was incredible.
What a awesome performance for James Sean Wolf. He's been MIA for a few weeks. As a matter of fact, I think the only time I can remember him was at Charlotte and Dover. And since then, he's been off. But why? Why not? He's got a baby on the way. He's got children. He's focusing on his kids. A new father, a new baby. And then he says, I love Eldora. And when it's all said and done, They turn around and put it in victory lane. James Schoenwolf will be joining us here in a moment. Matt Lee in second. Randy Post is third in the number 66 machine. I think it's Randy Post. I know there was a great battle between him and Dodgson there in those final laps. But I think Randy Post was able to secure the third place position. Again, Robert McFarland, I know you were kind of going back and forth, but a great race here at Eldora Speedway, and I love the time of the race, almost an hour in 15 minutes total.
Yeah, that's been incredible. I tell you what, the top three did a great job. Again, like I said, Wesley, I'm impressed that James in the 83 was able to hold off Matthew Lee. I'm impressed that Matthew Lee came back from a blown engine to come back and finish second. And Randy Post, where did he come from? I'm going to have to look at the numbers to get the hard charger here in a few minutes.
Randy Post was one of those drivers that also struggled. Hey, before we go to the interviews, can we show the finishing results of the race? Let's look at the finishing results of the event as the results continue to stick around, and then we'll get ready for our post-race wrap-up show. And let's look at the results of the event unofficial as it stands. Schoenwolf is your winner. Lee is in second. Post, again, holding off Hughes and Sacco for third, fourth, and fifth. There's your top five. And moving on to the sixth position is Dodgson, followed by McKinnon, LeBeouf, Affont, Castleberry. Right now, your top 10 here. Then you got Keffer, Fulton. 2 wins on the year for Fulton. He had some problems in the early going, never recovered to the top 12. Steck in the 101. We mentioned him a couple of times tonight. He's 13th. Chris Wilner in the Five Guys Motor Racing Network Toyota finishes in 14th. And Beeman will finish in the 15th position. Mullins, McKinnon, Richer, Ray Richer, my in-race reporter in color, normally on broadcast coverage in the race tonight. A disappointing run for him. We'll probably grab him to get his closing thoughts here tonight in a few moments. But Michael Clary, Eric Zimmerman, the top 20 in this event here for the trucks, along with also Tringen, Josh White, Chambers, Bullock, Manning, the top 25 in this event for the K9 Project Hero 150 here tonight in round 6. And there's Rico and Bullock and Baines, Hurley, Curtis, 29 trucks almost starting this race. Williams finishing at the rear when it's all said and done. So there is the results here in this race. Let's go now and get ready for our post-race wrap-up. Proud sponsor coming up is, again, the Project K9 Hero 150 is in the books. And real quickly, let's go to Victory Lane. Robert, I'll ask a question. You ask a question. And in Victory Lane, we are joined by James Schoenwolf. James, I know we spoke briefly. You said, hey, man, I'm a proud new father. Life is good. I've been MIA because of being a family man. You come back to Eldora, and you light it up here, man. What a race in that One Mind Design 83 machine. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, Wesley. Yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight, man.
A good run. Victory Lane, again, sponsored by Over the Top Designs. Here is our MaxSpeedTV CRN Victory Lane wrap-up show continues. Just talk about just not racing for so long, virtual or reality. You come back, you get behind the wheel, and you race at a place like Eldora. But you even told me you like this place.
Honestly, I'm a dirt guy. I grew up racing dirt oval go-karts, and when I made the switch to iRacing, it was specifically for the dirt side of things, and I've been tinkering around and getting my feet wet in the asphalt side of things here as of late, but dirt's kind of my cup of tea, so I was really looking forward to this race.
McFarland, question for the winner, Schoenwolf.
Yes, I understand you've been out or away from racing and or virtual racing for a while. You had a newborn in your family. You're the victor. You win this race. You get the money. But I want to hear real quick, tell us about your newborn. Boy, girl, name, and how that has changed your life.
Yeah, the little boy, his name's Walker. He came out at almost 9 pounds. So he's a chubby little fella, big old noggin on him, but man, it's incredible. Minus the losing sleep and stuff, it's just awesome to be able to hold him and think that, you get to spend the rest of your life with him.
So, with this win, are we going to see you at Talladega next week?
Yes, sir. I believe so. I know the Hard Charger Award gets a free entry, and I think I'm almost positive I started like third to last, so I think I should get it.
Yeah, I was about to say you started like really, really bad in the field and come back and rally through the field. Robert McFarland's the race director, so he would be the guy that would tell you who's the Hard Charger Award. But hey, congratulations! Take that $200 payday, and we'll see you at Talladega next week, new father.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next week.
Hey, new pappy, James Schoenwolf, again, a big win here in the JW Racing Esports Truck Series. Again, Robert McFarland, a great race for the driver of James Schoenwolf. Second place is Matt Lee in the 04 entry. Matt, you won Martinsville. You could have won here. You had engine problems. You used that one master reset. You got back and rallied from the tail, and you finished this race second. Is this kind of like a win for you?
Yes and no. I mean, it was a heck of a comeback. It just stinks to get wrecked by a lap car like that. Really frustrating, but, I'll take a second for sure.
One of the things that we talked about, and even Josh White, the series founder, even said it, that the entrance onto pit road was difficult. Can you explain that a little bit more?
It's really difficult just to get slowed down enough and not get hit from behind. I was just being really impatient about trying to get on there when I spun out. Trying to get on there. I should have slowed up way sooner than I did. I mean, you got to be really crawling to get down in there.
Robert McFarland with the winner, with second place.
Yes, sir, Matt Lee. I understand your first race in this series was last week, and you won the race. You come back tonight, you have a big issue, and yeah, pit road is a nightmare at Eldora. It's a left-hand turn. You came back, finished second. If we had another, I think, 20 laps, you probably could have got the win here tonight. But I am unbelievably impressed. I've been watching NASCAR iRacing races for a long time, and your move through the field once you got back on the track was incredibly impressive. I saw you go low. I saw you go high. You did whatever you had to do. Do you think you could have got to the win if you had another 20 laps?
It was going to be really tough. I mean, it was really hard to make a pass on the low side, and he got a really good jump on that restart there. I tried timing it, but by time, I think he took off maybe a little early there, and I just weren't expecting him to take off that early. But, I mean, if he made a mistake, I was going to be there. I was just waiting for it.
Off to Talladega. Matt Lee, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank GTR Sim Rigs for coming on board this week, too.
No problem. Winner at Martinsville, runner-up here tonight at Eldora. That's Matt Lee in the 04. Final third-place interview with Randy Post in the 66. Randy had some problems in his entry at the beginning of the race. Comes back, rallies, and gets himself a third-place race on the podium after battling Dodson and Hughes. Randy, happy with the race here at Eldora?
For the most part, yeah. We got into a little scuffle like 13 laps in, but knocked me back to like 11th, and I was in the top 5 all night, so.
Yeah, I was going to say that, definitely. One of the things that really impressed me, and I was telling Robert this as well in our broadcast, was how fast this race flew by. I mean, yeah, there was a couple of cautions, maybe 6 or 7 in total, but other than that, the race was really quickly. You guys did a good job on the clay at Eldora.
Yeah, it was pretty quick once I finally looked down and I was like, oh my goodness, we're almost actually done.
Robert, to Randy.
Yeah, you did a great job, and this race did fly by. I'm impressed, not only in your talent on this dirt track. Do you have a dirt track background, Randy?
Yeah, I joined iRacing primarily for the dirt track side of it, and I never really got into the asphalt stuff until like the beginning of last year, and that's just how it kind of went. Now I'm more asphalt than dirt, so.
Awesome. Who would you like to thank? Sponsors on your car, anybody who's helped you in real life and or here in the virtual world?
Man, I just want to give a huge shout out to Travis Manning. He's like my little brother, and we got a little thing going on here, and we're hoping we can come to this league and have some fun, win some races or something, and see what we can do. But I got the Guggen baits on the car. I'm not actually sponsored by them, but they catch fish.
Talladega next week?
Oh, absolutely.
Randy Post in the 66 gets himself a top 3 podium finish here at Eldora Speedway as we wrap up the Project K9 Hero. And again, our wrap-up show is presented by on MaxSpeedTV and CRN Over the Top Designs. Over the Top Designs is the official wrap designer for all of the Max Speed race coverage. Again, let Over the Top Designs do wrap jobs on whether you're modified, your late model, your truck and cup or pavement or dirt, and even your personal vehicle as well. They can do designs and helps you out with that too. That's Over the Top Designs. Thank you also to Gavi Painting, Michael Angelo's Painting in Arizona, and Over the Top Designs and Loose Lug Nuts for jumping on board. Hey, before we go, let's grab my buddy Ray Richer, our in-race reporter. I know that he had a pretty dismal race tonight, but Ray, I just want to get your thoughts, bud. I'm sorry you had a bad night.
You have them. I'm not going to argue with it. What happened in the beginning, we got caught up in a wreck and just letting these guys by, you know what I mean, on the outside as being a lap car. It's a respectable thing to do, so that just kind of get me more and more laps down. So that's all right. It's not a bad thing. I still had a blast tonight here on the dirt, and these trucks are a lot of fun. A big old handful out there, I'll tell you, especially when it starts getting slick. So no arguments for me, really, Wesley. I mean, a little bit rough with the 44, but we still appreciate Bruzy Racewear on board, you know?
We need to bring you back to the broadcast booth. Your aura is in the booth with me.
There's a wheel in front of me, though.
For sure. Hey, listen, it was always great catching up with you. And Robert McFarland, your final thoughts, buddy, before we get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank Ray for giving me the opportunity, actually, to be here in the booth with you, Wesley. Again, we're very thankful to Michael D'Amico with MaxSpeedTV, Josh White, Esport Truck Series, Project K9 Hero, all the other sponsors that I'm not really familiar with because I'm relatively new. But Ray, thank you. You did a great race, and I know you. Next time you race on the dirt at Eldora in a truck, you're going to have a much better finish. And, maybe you'll be in the booth next week, and maybe I'll be racing in the truck at Talladega.
Well, I'll tell you what, Talladega's a lot of fun with these guys. I mean, I'm sure I've watched it. These guys have been great on almost any track they've been out there with. But, Robert, I'll tell you, you'll very much enjoy it, number one. Number two, I plan on being in the booth next week. All goes well, obviously. And these guys are just a blast to be around. I'm telling you, I'll give them a lot of backing on that.
My buddy out of Mohawk, New York. Again, Ray Richer will be back in the booth next week again for round number 7 from Talladega Super Speedway as we wrap up tonight's Project K9 Hero 150 from the virtual clay of Eldora Speedway. Thank you to all of the sponsors again on MaxSpeedTV. Again, Over the Top Paint Designs at Gavi, Michael Angelo's Arizona Painting, and again for the coverage on CRN Sports Network, including Unforgettables, Symmetry Financial Group, and the new HiQ Energy Drink. We appreciate it. All music performed by Madison Rising as well. We appreciate you, and we thank you to all of those fans in reality or virtual that have enjoyed the last almost hour and a half of race coverage here tonight on MaxSpeedTV and the CRN Sports Network. All broadcasts are available for replay where you can go back and like them and share them with your family and friends as well. So, again, a fun time at Eldora. When it's all said and done, another first-time winner in round number 6 of the JW Racing Esports Truck Series, which now makes 4 winners on the series with Nicholas Sacco, Derek Fulton, and Matthew Lee now join the fraternity of James Showwolf. For Michael D'Amico on production and Trey Snide from MaxSpeedTV and CRN. For Ray Richer, our in-race reporter. For Robert McFarland, I'm Wesley Outland. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and as always, continue to keep on praying for America. God bless you all.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.